Hello, this is Nathaniel with Garvin Sewer and Plumbing Service. I'm out here at 700 Potomic Street in Aurora, Colorado, taking a look at one of the main sewer lines out here. This is a commercial building, so multiple main lines out here. This is one of their lateral mains. They wanted me to inspect this line just to see the condition of the line. They did have it jetted, and with that jet, the gentleman indicated that he was seeing mud coming out of this line. If you take a look, I'm all the way out to the manhole. This is out in the parking lot in front of the hospital. Access was a clean out up in some ceiling tiles. For this line, any of the spots in here where it looks like there's some water holding or anything like that, I was not able to get a locate done. With this being in a hospital and this line running overhead through drop ceilings, it goes through patient rooms, operating rooms, so it is very, very, very difficult to get a locate done out here. So as far for today, it is just a video. The hospital kind of wanted to just make sure that this line was flowing. If you take a look at the bottom left-hand side of your screen, you'll see that we're out 116 feet 4 inches. We are at that manhole right now. We are going to begin our pullback. I'm going to mute a few times on this one. I am up on an 8-foot ladder right now, so the pullback might take a while. I just want to make sure all of my cable goes properly into the roll. So we're going to do a brief mute, and if I see anything, I will unmute to point it out. I'm sorry, I also should mention that with this being a hospital and we cannot shut down operating procedures, so there will be constant water flowing. I'm not the one using the water, but patient rooms, operating rooms, we just can't shut down production to that. So there is going to be water flowing for this entire video. I'm going to pause briefly in this section. A little bit of standing water on top of the water that we have flowing. Now, when I did push out, I did not see any cracks, anything like that through this piping. With cast iron, sometimes it is difficult to see some cracks in there unless they're major, just due to some scale buildup in that cast. But as far as what we're seeing now, everything looks good. Just a few slight bellied out areas where a little bit more water is holding than I like to, but there is no clogs so far. There wasn't any clogs all the way out of this line, just a few low spots in this line. Right here, we're making a slight turn. This is a Y. Our line Y's in and travels out of this building, as you can see. Looks very good so far. Got some of that clay tile piping in there. A little bit of an offset going on in that bottom. Nothing crazy at all. Nothing that I'm going to indicate or flag as an issue, because we still have water flowing out, and as you can tell, there is not debris holding down at the bottom of that pipe. I'm going to mute again, and we're going to do more of the pullback. So this area right through here, this is going to be an area, a pretty significant belly, about 40 feet, 44 feet, sorry. And it goes from 44 feet out to about 36 feet. So we have about an 8-foot belly in there. That was the worst belly that I seen when I was pushing out. With that belly in there, debris is just going to be able to settle on that bottom, unless you're replacing out the pipe or adjusting the pitch. There isn't really a way to correct that belly. What I would suggest, if they don't want to do a replacement, have this line jetted. We do have access to this to jet this. Just jet this line, make sure all of the debris is out of there once per year. As of right now, it doesn't need that. It looks very, very clean. Start of another belly right here, about 28 feet. Goes to about 23, and like I said, there is active water running. Just because we are in a hospital, can't shut down that production. Alright, we are almost back out of this line. As you can see, there is, towards the back half of this line, there is quite a few bellies in there. I'm going to pull back just a little bit more. Now, the distance isn't going to go down because I'm not putting it back into the spool right now. I just wanted to hop up top and show where we gained access from. Camera set up. And right up top is where we gained that access from. Overall, condition of this line looks pretty good. I'd say with those bellies, think about having a jetter done once per year if you don't want to go through, replace, maybe take out some of those bellies in that line. One way that we'd be able to for sure indicate that those bellies are holding would be to turn off water, let it drain down, and see how much water is left standing in there. It's very hard to determine how big the belly is just because we do have water constantly running. That's all for this one. We're going to do a few more videos in this location of a few other lateral lines. just to see what the condition of those looks like.